Most producers think outreach is about sending 100 random DMs, but the truth is that's exactly why nobody replies. There's an actual formula that turns cold messages into real relationships and then into placements. When I first started, I used to copy and paste the same DM and send it to everybody. No one cared. Once I learned to write messages and network the right way, my whole network expanded so much. That's exactly how I went from random DMs to becoming a Billboard producer. In this video, I'm going to be going over a full slideshow, the exact DM formula I use to land placements, get in studios, and build real relationships in the industry. I've been able to work with artists such as Lil Durk, Lil Double O, Huncho, Boston Richie, Bobby Shmurda. Like, the list literally goes on and on. And if you follow this blueprint step by step, you'll never run out of opportunities again. I'm Hocus, I'm a Billboard training producer, the founder of Producer Portal Academy, and this is one of the main systems that actually helped me and hundreds of other producers start getting real industry traction. So grab your notepad, grab whatever you need, and watch this video the full way through, because I promise you it's the most sauce you're gonna watch this entire week. All right, so boom, let's get right into it. The only DM formula you need for outreach in 2025, how to land placements and build industry connects from your phone. This works for hundreds of producers. All of my students do this. I've done it. I know other producers who do it. It just works, bro. No bullshit, no fluff. It just straight up works. That's the only information I'm ever gonna be giving you guys, is stuff that I've done and that I teach people how to do. Like, it fucking works. Let's get right into it. So I first just want to start off why most producers actually fail at outreach and why it just doesn't work for most producers. Number one is they copy and paste long messages that look like spam. No one's gonna hit you back if you just look like you're spamming, look like you're trying to sell something. And obviously you're not actually trying to sell something specifically, but you're just trying to like get their email out of them. You just look spammy. Like, you just look like you're just trying to like, it's just not a good look at all. Like, I think you guys know what I mean. I don't exactly know how to put my finger on it, but when some producers are outreaching, it just looks spammy. It looks like a bot. It just doesn't look good. They never follow up or track who they've contacted. When I mean follow up, I mean sending them another DM, liking a story, replying to a story to try to engage with them more and getting a response like that. I've gotten DMs from some producers who never hit me back by replying to their story saying like, oh, this is fire, this is hard as fuck, something like that. And then they see my other message because they don't see someone outreaching and asking for their email. They see someone replying to them and just engaging with them. And then they see that and they'll say, oh shit, I didn't see this. And then they reply to that and send their email. By the way, you will not always get responses. You will never get 100% responses unless you're fucking like Metro Boomin. You're never going to get 100% responses. This is just how to actually get the most responses out of it as you can. If you have placements, it helps. If you have a good Instagram page, it helps. But this is the most that you can get. This is going to maximize the amount of outreaches and responses that you can get and that you can actually put out. They always try to connect with superstars instead of reachable artists and producers. They always try outreaching to the big artists, the big producers, rather than working up a ladder, working with a producer one level above them, then going one level up, then going one level up, and actually building and climbing up that ladder rather than just jumping straight to the top, which is just stupid and illogical. They send low quality beats or full kits without context. What I mean by this is some producers will just get an email of an artist, email of a producer from an email list or whatever it may be, and they'll just spam them beats, and that's their outreach, and it's fucking stupid. You need to actually outreach to these people, build relationships to actually get a solid kind of interaction going that'll then lead to further connects, opportunities, and relationships. Just sending some shitty beats to someone's email, not always shitty, some of these beats are hard as fuck. Just sending beats or loops to someone's email, they don't know who you are, you're probably gonna get blocked, you might get some people using your loops, it's just not a good way. They act entitled. A lot of people will text you like you owe them a reply. You gotta come off as kind of like a chill, you're trying to work with them, you fuck with what they've done kind of guy. You don't want to come off as you're begging or stuff like that. It just rubs people the wrong way. Pause. And the last one is they don't build relationships, they just pitch once and go ghost. This ties in perfectly with the second one. They don't follow up, they don't kind of re-engage, they just hit people up once, spam the DMs, call it a day. Bullshit. Doesn't fucking work. And now I'm gonna show you the way that actually works step by fucking step. Step 2, where to find artists and prods to DM. By the way, the steps are a little bit out of order. Bear with me. This is exactly where you're going to find these producers and artists to DM. Number 2 is the best one. I talk about this in all my videos. All y'all should know about it by now. Instagram, you can just find this just by being in the producer community. You start following other producers. Producers post on their story, collabing with other producers. You follow those producers. It's just like a network, right? It kind of just like, you just find producers. You just see, oh, this guy produced this song. This guy produced this song. This guy has some fire beats. And you kind of just find people from there, which is honestly a really good way to just kind of build a community, especially on Instagram, which is super community based. It's really fire. Genius.com. If y'all know me, I love Genius, bro. Genius has blessed me, my students, some people, some crazy placements. It is the best way to find people by far. It's systemized, it's systematic, it's fucking insane. So pretty much what you do, and I'm gonna screen share and show you guys right now. So boom, you go head over to genius.com. Let's just search up Boss Man D'Lo. Let's say you got some good Florida beats you fuck with. You trying to kind of want to work with someone like Bossman D-Lo, kind of in that genre, in that niche. He's an artist you really want to get placements with. And this works with any artist. You go Bossman D-Lo, scroll down. You can go to any of his albums, any of his singles, whatever song you want. Let's just go to this one. This album barely even... Oh, this album does have a lot of songs. But you scroll down. Right here, we have... I think that's 15 producers. Some of them are a little bit bigger than others, might be harder to outreach to. Some of them might be small ones. Like, I know Yakri's a pretty big producer. Maze Reckless, he's a pretty, like, smaller producer, has some fire placements. Gentle Beat's a little bit bigger. Like, obviously, there's some producers with bigger placements who you might not get as much of a text back from. But there's just so many that you can hit up. What's also fire as fuck is you click show more and you can see the engineers, you can see the songwriters, you can see video directors. And this is super fire because, bro, I know people who've gotten songs with video directors. Jeannie, one of my friends, actually got a song with, or he's working with Sexy Red because he's working with her videographer. So you can literally just find everyone on here. This works for any artist, any album. It's overpowered. You can hit all of them up. You know who you're hitting up. You know that they have connects. They most likely, if they have connects to this person, have connects to a lot of other industry people. It's fucking goated. Genius is not paying me to say any of this, by the way. I don't benefit in any way from promoting Genius. It's just genuinely something that helps so much, and I just want to put y'all on game. So really, really try to use that. YouTube, this sometimes works if you want to find producers for collab sales or something like that. Collab sales is pretty much you collab with them on a tight beat, they post it on YouTube, and you can get collab sales from BeatStars. Finding producers with like 2 to 10K views on tight beats, or like 1,000 to 5,000 subs, is also fire too. You can just go to their YouTube. You can find a bunch. You can do filters on YouTube, search a future type beat, and then go to like upload date to find newer videos. Then you'll usually find a little bit smaller ones. TikTok, you can just find people scrolling on there. Maybe you find some random producer, find some artist, whatever it may be. Discord is so fire. In the producer portal, we actually have a full community in there as well. So that's kind of where a lot of producers will network that I know. There's also some bigger Discords with like thousands of people, some like completely free ones that are also pretty fire as well. A lot of those just kind of have a lot of kind of like bots and just random bullshit in there, but it is still good. You can network and build with a lot of producers and actually build solid relationships too. Like it's really fire. Step 4 or step 3, what to say in your first DM. What you're going to want to do is you're going to open with a compliment. This doesn't mean just straight dick riding, but just kind of complimenting. Let's say you hit up someone from the Bossman D-Lo album, say, yo, Yakri, for example. I fuck with the song on Bossman D-Lo's album. I got some crazy loops like that. Let me send them over. You don't want to send a Dropbox link immediately. You don't need to send a full resume. You don't need to send a life story. Keep it short, 2 to 3 lines max. Talk about their sound, talk about what they do, how you can provide value. One of the most important things is how you can provide value. That's what they're going to hit you back on. If you had a shit ton of placements, the reason that someone would hit you back is because you provide value by having a lot of placements. So if you don't have placements or big placements, talk about how you can provide value, and that's by sending them something that they need. So really, really focus on that. The message doesn't have to be exactly like this, but formulate it in a way that's around value, personalization, and kind of complimenting them a little bit. Step number 5 is what to send when they reply. Best case scenario, you get their email, they text you back, amazing, right? What do you do now to actually maintain that relationship? Ask them what they're working on. Make it about them. You don't want to start talking about, oh, I make this type of beats, I do this, I do this, I do this. Yo, what are you working on, bro? They'll say, oh, maybe I'm working on more stuff for Bossman D-Lo, I'm working on stuff for NBA Youngboy, whoever it is. Talk about them, engage in a conversation a little bit. You're going to want to send 1 to 3 hyper-targeted beats or loops. If they say they need beats for some reason, ask them for it and you send it immediately. You also add them to your weekly list or whatever list you send out weekly. But when they send you their email, you're going to want to send them some shit directly, immediately. Do it on your phone, do it whenever. Send it immediately. This is going to show them that, okay, you're actually locked in. You're actually trying to get them stuff. And this is something that I lacked on a lot. I would just add people to my list and then send to them 4 days, 5 days, a week later. But sending stuff as soon as they DM you will always work. It'll always be a lot better. Make sure the vibes are always matched their current direction. If they ask for NBA Youngboy stuff, don't send them some trap future stuff, right? Send them what they're asking for, right? This will help them a lot when they actually open the email to actually use the stuff to then actually sending it out, right? Use a voice message. Sometimes voice messages are good. Sometimes people just don't listen to them because some of these guys are busy. But sometimes voice messages are good to kind of humanize it a little bit. They can hear you talk. It's not as much just texting, making it feel less and less like a bot. Sometimes this option right here is fire. Loom is kind of something where it's like you can record a video and then send them a link to that video immediately after you record it. It's pretty fire. I've done that a couple times actually, and it works not too bad. It's kind of just like breaking down the beats you've sent or something like that. I don't fully highly recommend it, but it is something that is kind of cool that a lot of people don't talk about. And then you're going to want to kind of end it off on a question or an open-ended call to action. Open-ended call to action saying, all right, bet, go check out the stuff I just sent you, or asking with a question to kind of rekindle the conversation, I guess. But yeah, that's honestly the best thing to send after they reply. So now you know what to send to get them to reply, what to send after to get them to reply, and now you're going to want to know how to follow up. So after they give you that original message, how to actually follow up maybe 3-4 days later to actually build and maintain that relationship. This whole video is about relationships, bro. That's super, super important. All right, boom. Wait around 2 to 4 days before following up. This is not a specific, you don't have to wait exactly 2 to 4 days. Just wait a couple of days before following up so it's not too kind of like needy or anything like that. Don't say anything kind of along the lines of just following up. Did you check the loops? Yo, bro, did you check the loops? Yo, bro, did you check the loops? Yo, bro, did you check, like, bro, stop that. Don't do that bullshit. Hit them up with something kind of just like, bro, just being genuine, just speaking like a normal person, replying to their story. Stories is like free, bro. You just hit them up being like, oh, this is fire as fuck. They'll probably respond back saying, yo, appreciate it. Be like, what you think about them loops, bro? Or just something like that. Just kind of being normal, bro. And I can't believe this is something that I'm making a video about, but it is because I feel like a lot of producers need help with actually maintaining relationships and understanding a little bit more about it. So sending a new loop or sending a new beat to their email, whatever, maybe sending a Dropbox link to them, just saying like, okay, here's some new shit for you. Keep your tone relaxed, non-needy, as I said before. A good follow-up message example could be like, bro, made something way harder last night. This one hit more aggressive. You fuck with it. Something like that. I honestly think hitting up from stories is honestly a lot better. And don't make it kind of weird as well. Like if it's a story about something else and you start talking about your loops, it's just a little weird. Just engage them. Just engage them normally, bro. But always follow up around like 3 to 4 days after they respond, just to kind of rekindle, and do this quite frequently. This isn't just something you should do once. Just talk to these people, bro. Reply to their stories. Don't feel like scared or anything if they don't reply, or don't feel scared or anything to like kind of hit them up, or you feel like you're being needy or anything like that. Just be kind of genuine and people will fuck with that. Step 7, how to build an actual real relationship. This kind of talks about what I was just speaking about. React to stories, drop thoughtful comments. I don't know what I mean by thoughtful, but kind of just drop comments, engage with them. This is something that I actually like a lot, and I hit back producers who are hitting me up when they're kind of, bro, it honestly just boosts people's ego. Like you reply to something and be like, yo, this is fire as fuck. Yo, this is fire. Good shit, bro. It just, bro, it boosts people's ego. It's going to want to make them fuck with you more. As simple as that. This is something that is really fire a lot of producers don't do. Offer connects that you have. Say like, yo, I'm working with Lil Durk's producer right now. If you have any something that's also fucking goated, if you have any beats you want to send back on my loops, I can A&R them for you. Because then you're gonna force them to use your loops so they can send them out as well. But you're gonna kind of frame it in a way so you can send it out and help them as well. But they're also gonna be helping you. It's a win-win situation. So offering your own opportunities is super fire. Asking for feedback is really good as well. Asking for feedback on your stuff, just kind of them to help you, give you some criticism. This is a little bit more down the line when you have a little bit more of a relationship with them. It's really good, especially like my first placement, and so was Genie's first placement, was when we would get bigger producers to send us loops. We would use their loops because it was a lot easier to get their loops than to get them to use our loops. We'd make a beat on their loops even if the loops weren't that good, and then we would just send them the beats back and they would send them out because it's already a collab beat. They don't really have to do anything. We just sent them beats. They'll send it out, hopefully. And that works really well. This gives you 10 times more value. Be consistent, not clingy, as I said before, and it'll honestly work every time. Just being a genuine person works every single time, bro. Step 8. This is actually one of the more important parts that I say a lot of producers don't do as well. Something that I also need to do a lot more is tracking everything. This is what I like to call the outreach sheet. What you're going to want to do is you're going to have their name and their Instagram handle. I see a lot of producers using Google Docs when they're tracking emails and stuff like that, just putting all their fucking emails into Google Docs. What works the best is using a spreadsheet or even Notion or something like that, having each of the things kind of labeled. So you have their name, Instagram handle, last convo date is kind of irrelevant, what you send them, what type of styles you send them, the type of lead that they are, so whether they're an artist, a producer, an engineer, and then a little follow-up reminder, so whether you followed up with them or not, you can just put yes or no, types of vibes they need, so specifically what type of style they actually make, and then you could put this as well, status, so this is kind of like your first DM, whether they hit you back, whether it's still kind of pending, like you just hit them up, or they just ghosted you. It's been months, you've followed up, you've done all this, and they haven't texted you back. This is just good. It helps you track when you want to reach out to people. You can go through the email list, go to their IG quickly. Obviously, you're gonna have the email in this sheet as well. You're gonna have their name, so it's just a lot easier for you, keeps things organized, and just overall a lot better. This is something I highly recommend. Not that much time throughout the day, but helps a lot. This is something that is like, it's not meant to be taken like super like, okay, do this, but it's just something that I think understanding this will help you a lot with outreach. It's helped me a lot. I've kind of just learned this over time as to why I'm putting this in here, but it's just something super fire that I think a lot of people could benefit from. And this is the psychology that makes outreach work. This is just something kind of interesting I've been like kind of learning. People connect with emotion first. If you make them feel some type of emotion, you make them feel, and this kind of correlates with anything, bro. Sales, just life in general. People always connect with emotion first, value second. Emotion is kind of what drives everything, and the value will drive the emotion too, right? So they're not two kind of always put value second. The value will also drive emotion when you're kind of showing value. You win by showing you get their sound. This kind of means you understand what they're trying to do. You actually complimented them. You talked about exactly a song that they produced on, an album they produced on. You understand exactly what they've kind of worked on. You're personalized to them. This really helps a lot. Focus on how you can make their life easier. You're making their life easier by sending them loops that are hard as fuck, that are directed to them. These are loops that they will actually use because they're hard, and they're loops that they need in that time. So they say they need YoungBoy beats, make some fucking YoungBoy beats or some YoungBoy loops, and send it to them. You're gonna make their life easier by sending them exactly what they need when they need it. Mirror their tone. If they're casual, be a little bit more casual. You don't always want to kind of come off super like over the top or anything like that. Kind of just match their tone a little bit. A lot of them will be a lot nonchalant. Most people will just send you their email with no text. So obviously it's kind of hard to match that, but kind of just play along with how they're speaking. It just works with people. Don't outreach like a cold transaction. I've said this repeatedly throughout this fucking video so many times. Make it warm, make it like a human interaction. It sounds so crazy to say that in a video, but it's just true. And you're not just selling beats or selling loops. It sounds kind of corny, but you're on like a creative journey, bro. Like you're actually trying to grow with them. You're trying to work with them. You're trying to collab with them, trying to make loops with them. You're just trying to grow with them in general, bro. Like they're on their own path. You're on your own path. You guys can grow together, right? So making it kind of come off like you're selling something, as I said, is just really stupid. It doesn't work. Step number 10 is how to actually turn these DMs into placements. Always keep convo momentum going. Weekly check-ins are really fire. Ask about upcoming albums, EPs, drops. Talk to them about what they're actually working on. Make it easy to record. Give them the stems. Give them anything that they need to just make it easier and more likely for them to actually use it. Offer to connect them to like mixing and mastering engineers. This also works a lot well for artists. If you're hitting up artists, a lot of artists aren't tapped in to people who are like actually like bigger. They're always kind of in their own smaller circle. So being like, yo, I know this engineer in your city or something like that you've networked with, or I know this fire producer out there as well, and just helping them. I know this videographer out there, whatever it may be, helps them a lot. And when the time is right, if they're in your city, ask to get into a studio session, maybe try FaceTiming them, stuff like that. Once you get their number and you've built that relationship, kind of just maintain and keeping that going. That will help a lot. That'll help a lot. And kind of the sequence for this is sending them fire loops. You send them something fire, you build the bond, offer to help them so you can help them with whatever they need help on. If they're an artist, they need help with an upcoming release, they're dropping a song, help them with it, follow up with them, ask to lock it on the next project, and then you'll get listed in the credits when it drops, the pros, splits, and you'll make your bread off of it. But yeah, that was kind of a different video than what I normally make. Most of the stuff's about networking, stuff like that. More about placements, exactly how to do something a little bit bigger. This is kind of just one of the pieces that falls into getting placements that I feel like I should make a video on, because I feel like it's something a lot of producers don't know a lot about. So I hope this video helped. A lot of it was talking about the same thing, relationships, building that connect with people, and kind of going over the same topics. But I feel like it was necessary to talk about, bro. A lot of producers don't understand this, as I said. A lot of producers don't have this knowledge about this, so I kind of made it to help you guys out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It honestly is just such a fire thing to use these little things that I talk about and implement all of them, and it will just overall help you grow exponentially, bro. I'm gonna put a free training down in the description for you guys, so if you guys want to learn a little bit more about this, get a kind of full video going over everything you need, I'll put it down in the description. You can go watch it completely free. But yeah, full free training. Go peep that. Go follow my Instagram, TikTok, everything at Hocus Crazy. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all boys. I'll see y'all in the next video. Videos are gonna be coming consistently as fuck.